A beautiful morning to you out there. Thank God it's Wednesday. It's a midway, the 17th of July 2024, and to the glory of God we are here. So happy new day to you. And also I want you to remember that today, being a new day, is the beginning of a new life for you out there, for me, for everyone. Because whatever you do today is just a mark of part of the journey of life that you are going to take. So how's the family? How is mommy? How is daddy? How are the children? Party after party for the children. Graduation from one class to another. The end of another session. So congratulations to those who are being promoted to another class. And to the graduates, congratulations to all of you, those who have been for one exam or the other. I wish you the very best that your results come out successfully according to what you deserve. Okay, so it means you have worked hard for you to have earned that credit or that result. On that note, my name is Remain Olori Adejoke Adede. David, my friend, call me Olori AJ. I have a beautiful sister here. Party after party, still party. In short, party plenty. Party plenty. So I want to welcome yesterday's birthday girl to the studio this morning. She's looking all baby pink and you know, I want to do how she does. A touch of gold and all shades of violet here and there. Very light. She's looking all cool, calm and collected.
Because you don't need to comment, right?
The only thing is that makeup from yesterday is not what she's wearing today.
Okay, yes. It's still my birthday week. Whether I like it or not, the whole of July I'm still celebrating birthday. Send me your gift. If you don't send me your gift, I'll pay your wardrobe. I told you. Welcome to family and to all our guests that sent in their birthday wishes. I really appreciate you. Thank you. Don't worry, I'll give official statements. Official thank you. Don't worry, it's coming. Okay, yes, today is Wednesday and it's time for new balance. You know, my name is Joy. Yesterday she added Princess. So let me use Princess Joy Abu.
I wanted to say
yes. Welcome to the show.
So welcome to the show. You need to join us on all our social media platforms. You see Joy carrying a cake and like you see many bits of pictures, you know, array of pictures of Joy in different shapes. And, you know, it's amazing at times when you have a time to celebrate and you come out like, wow, seriously? Make up many things. This guy yesterday, if he carry and go marry her, you know, she don't get two for her. She look all beautiful. And our twin sister too. Wow.
Yes.
The only thing is that you chubby small.
Yeah.
You have the same.
Look alike. Like I don't know your 18. When I used to say two photos to me. There was one thing that was outstanding for me. You know, this particular year, I decided to be intentional.
Okay.
Very. In fact, my twin called me and I was like, "Is this you or you're transforming into someone else?" Because I told her, I said, "No. From now on, I want to be intentional."
That's it.
Very.
That's my princess speaking this morning.
I was like, "This is good." I say, "Yes, this is good." So when you see me, just day your day, because I'm going to be very intentional from now onward.
Okay, she's going intentional. Big shout out to my cousin who has had another year today, 17th of July. Happy birthday to Oluwaseun Majekodunmi. Oluwaseun, thank you for being a beautiful and a handsome-looking, responsible man. God bless you. And to everyone having celebrations today, and like we always encourage you, send in your wishes. We want to spread that love to your loved ones, your husband, wedding anniversary, anything special you just want to. Even when there is no birthday, I want you to please shout out my husband or say, I love my wife. You know, tell her I love her from my heart. You know, and we'll do that for you. It's still part of family and values.
Yes,
that's why we're here. And don't forget, bring your goods and services.
Yes, we need sponsors.
We need sponsors. If you want these ladies that you always see on your screen to continue to maintain these seats, something must happen. You just have to. And you know, when you bring it to family, it goes a long way. It affects mother, father, brother, uncle, nephew, everybody. So bring your product. Joy, how was yesterday? You have not just
from the office I went home, I went to sleep. Just went to rest my head. The kids are home, those two children. I got back back to a very lovely prayer, carefully written by my son. So while I was entering, he was just reading it for me, and tears were just dropping. And my neighbors were like, so today is your birthday. Hallelujah. Yeah, don't worry. But I must say, you look beautiful. Your hair, don't worry.
Oh my God.
She
has come again. Don't let her carry me away from you. Please, let's go for a mini feature. I'll be right back because I guess it's looking all bad. Okay? Let's go for a mini feature. We'll be right back. Yes, it's been wonderful around us, in our society, our country, wherever you're watching us from. Everyone has got one thing or the other that's become so much treasure. Certain places, it's part of life, many will say, and we're trying to manage it, we're roughing it, like some will say. But this morning our topic is self-care in a chaotic society. Self-care in a chaotic society, and nurturing your mind, your soul, and your body. What is self-care? Do you see the society as being chaotic as it presents itself? Okay, we have somebody who is also put all this together for us, because we don't know much, but what we know, we are trying to expand and advance our rights of understanding, and that's why we have Oluwatomishi Oladapo Kuku in the house. My darling sister that looks second way to Whoopi Goldberg, and one day.
I love the fact that I used to call her name in full, and it's always pleasant to the ear. I cannot pronounce the name. Anytime you call it, it's always it's soothing to the ears. Like whether I hear it, I'm like, okay, this is it.
That's a self-care. That's self-care for me. My name is self-care for me. People ask why I say my name. Do I say my name?
Say it. Tell us. No, now assume yourself. Assume yourself. You are introduced on the show.
My name is Oluwatomishi Oladapo Kuku.
Can you see?
Oladapo.
She emphatically.
That's what I was saying. It's so soothing to the air.
That's a prayer.
That's a self-care. That's the first note.
It's a prayer. So and every year since about for over 5 years now, when I do a post, alluding to your birthday, when I do a post about my birthday, I say I give my name to people. For those who would not understand, Oluwatomishi is a continuous sentence, but what it literally means is God is in the business of renewal. God is in the business of remaking, of reworking me, and that for me, in talking self-care, for me, coming to the place of that name tells me that we are humans and we're supposed to evolve. We're not perfect, and it's there. The universe is there. Heavens are there. If you connect with it, to constantly help you become a better person, a better human, connecting with other people, and I don't think it is coincidental that I am now a mental health and life coach.
No, it's not. You're just working out your name.
There's no error.
There's no error. You're just working
it's
out
not a misplaced priority. No. You are working out your name, and that's one thing about life. Sometimes our parents give us certain names, and future you find out that when that child grows up, you now see the evolving of that name. Yes. With everything. Oh no, our tradition, our culture is beautiful.
Giving people names that
religion, yes, but our culture and our tradition has a strong backing to us where we evolve from. But let's go to the business of the day.
Because we start that conversation.
We'll not leave here. Yeah. So now, Tomishi, what is self-care, and what are the simple ways to enjoy that self-care itself?
I just talked about one. Love yourself. Okay, when people say self-care is completely holistic, it does not mean debauchery. It does not mean being reckless, yeah. But it does mean that you're taking time for yourself. I remember one of my therapists defined the question different between mental health and mental ill health. And he said, when people say I'm protecting my mental health, he's assuming that they have come to a place of understanding that this place that I am gives me peace. This place that I am, I can function, and I don't want to lose it. Okay, we live on a spectrum. We cannot have we all live on a spectrum. We can't have abundance all the time, and we can't have lack all the time.
Yeah.
So when you find that equilibrium, you will be able to operate in equanimity. Equanimity means that you are operating in a balance. Yeah. So so when you say you want to practice self-care, it can be as simple as you truly want energy cubes. I can't say it, chocolate, and you just you're shocked that you want chocolate, and you can afford it, and just go and buy a piece, just a piece, and it does something to your brain.
Yeah, it does.
My friend and I were talking the other day. She cooked a meal, and she was like, "Man, the blessing of eating what you want, what you crave. You were shocked what the food was. It was, I think, rice. It was rice, and I'm like, the pleasure. It's such a small portion, and self-care is so amazing that I think that God and the universe knew that I was going to talk. Well, I know I was going to talk about it, and usually I would get here early. Usually I would get here like an hour before. And I left home. I was like, and the reason I left home late today was because like 15 minutes I will be here. 8 o'clock, by 8:15, 8:30 I should be here. By 8:15 I was still on the road, and I was getting agitated. And the reason I was getting agitated is because I am a time conscious person, and I was saying, no, Tumsha, you can't do this. And then my son was sitting beside me, and I said to him, oh, they're going to wonder why I'm late today. And he goes like, you're not late, mommy. And I'm like, okay. And at that moment, I needed to give myself some grace. I had to practice self-compassion, and because I knew the reason why I left. I had the reason. So self-care is all of that. Self-care is you taking a walk, right? I know that gymming and exercising and all of that, the reason 90% of people do it is because they want to lose. I might be wrong. However, if I use myself and some people in my life as an example, we train because it's our happy place. We train because though we might not lose weight because of woman drama, but we are there and we are serving our body. You want your body to be able to serve you. You're making money, you're rushing about, the economy is hectic and all that. But if your body doesn't serve you and you set and are you working to fall sick? Do you want to prevent that? Yes, it is so painful to work out. But if you look at the gain of your immunity and eat right, your immunity is going to be on point and all of that. The pain of working out outweighs that. So it is holistic, and then you're spiritual. I don't hide it. I'm a Christian, so if I have ever way you connect to the higher power, ever way you connect to the universe. God is bigger than the universe, but you understand what I'm saying? However way you connect to the supreme being. Now, even psychology is beginning to tell us that people who have been diagnosed with some mental health questions, those who have a connection to the higher power have a 90% more chance to come out. 90%. So you want to feed your spiritual, you want to feed your soul, you want to find faith. This faith is just basically having something to look forward to. It's hope. Faith is hope, isn't it? So I'll give you a simple example of faith. We all knew that we're going to come here, and you need this chair. It's going to sit down. You're going to sit on this chair. The faith in this chair that is study is faith. That it will not move.
That will not move, but not going to fall.
That is how simple faith can be. I understand that because we are human and things that happen, it makes us fight and push back faith. But that's basically what is letting go of what you cannot change, and that is self-care.
Okay, no, I can actually relate. I remember then when I was going through a lot, I started by, what do you want to do? And then I went to the gym.
Okay.
And going there alone, the environment, it was giving me this peace. The fact that I had to go there in the morning, see other people, walk, I started building confidence back again in my life. And then sometimes too, like when it comes to cooking, I love to see people eat. So when I cook and I see the fact that people are eating, I'm seeing my kids eating.
I found
I to eat the food, but there's this inner joy.
So I'm not quirky at all. I love cooking, and my joy for cooking is watching others eat.
That is it.
Like
that's self-care.
you're eating, and people are eating my food, and they are like, "Oh,
yeah, it's nice, it's lovely." You know what I mean?
I literally do that almost every. Have my family over or friends over. I'll cook. I just sit down and watch them eat.
It's with so much joy.
It's so beautiful.
Let me ask, we live in a very chaotic environment. In as much as you just want to have that self-care. Like I told you about being intentional about it. And towards, the thing was, a day before yesterday, I was already losing it because everything wasn't working around for me. So it took grace for me to even stand up that, no, this particular one I would achieve it, because with the way the circumstances I would have just said, no, please, I'm not even, but I was deliberate. Now, in a chaotic environment where everything is seeming not to, how do we handle it? How do we still be intentional about self-care? Like you said, you don't need to spend all the money. Sometimes even taking a cup of coffee. I wake up in the morning, the happiness of putting water on fire, and the smell of coffee, and it gives me, I'm already being classic immediately. The way I would sip it, with so much.
I love coffee.
And sometimes my mother tells that the way you take your coffee, I said, you will not understand. For me, that's therapy, that's self-care. So in this chaotic environment that we live, the economy is not smiling, people are losing loved ones. How do we handle a situation?
Okay, so that's it. I'm going to use your example as my case study, and to tell you that you have power over the situation, or you can allow the situation to have power over you. Are you going to go through it, or you're going to allow the situation? And sometimes both of them have to work together. You go through it, and you allow the situation to go through, meaning that you build up through that situation and then come out. Right, but what I do not subject to or suggest is that you do not acknowledge the situation of the event. Please do, because in acknowledging it, you will find strength and solution. You have inner wisdom. God has given you that inner wisdom, and you until you engage it, it's not going to work.
It's not going to work.
All right. So when number one, let's start with the hectic situation. I'm going to run away from the chaotic, because we're in chaos. We won't be sitting here.
Yes.
Right. It is hectic, and it's all over the world. It's all over the world. It's all over the world. Whatever it is happening, not to invalidate an individual's, situation, or, not to invalidate it. Someone else is going through it, right? So, are you going to be traumatized or trauma foolish? Trauma wise will be you see the situation, you know what it is for, what it is, and you engage it to find solution. Trauma foolish will be to push back and invalidate it, and then shut down because you're doing because you're doing positive thing, positive whatever, and that yes, it's good. That is good, but you must, because until I was telling myself the other day, the reason it was like, why do we have examinations? It's like because that is how life is. If you do not lean into the challenge, for you to learn from what the challenge is trying to teach you, you will continue in that circle until God is sure, the universe is sure, the Supreme Being is sure that you have learned. If you push back from learning, the lesson that thing has come to teach you, you'll be in that circle. You'll be roaming the mountain for a long time. So the best way to, I think, and I'm going to use myself, the best way to engage unfavorable event is to know that it is life, it has to happen. Like Yoruba people will say, "Tibiti ladaye," and they work together. From the good comes the bad, from the bad comes the good. If the bad doesn't happen, you will not be able to identify the good. If the good doesn't happen, you will not be able to identify and label the bad. So know that is to happen. I think the reason that most of us have a challenge with chaotic, hectic, unfavorable times is because we have not been given the tools to adequately, appropriately identify and engage situations. I'll give you an example. Okay, so which one am I going to? Three of us here, most elderly people will listen, except you have a different, and I'm happy for you have a different experience. They will tell you when something good happens, not to tell anyone.
Yes.
To be careful.
Yes.
And we have adages that feed that. One is bata. So sorry if you don't understand you bad. I apologize. When your yam is grown enough to be harvested, especially if it's big, you cover it up. The other one is so all lizards are crawling, which of them has a stomach ache, you don't know.
No.
So that leads us to mutual suspicion. You're suspecting everyone
around you.
That leads us to, I'm not saying you shouldn't be careful, because of course it's humanity and not everyone is good, we are in a fallen world.
Yes, we are.
I understand that, but leaving a mutual suspicion is so we were raised to celebrate common pain and not celebrate common joy.
Okay, so we are born to celebrate common pain and not common joy. We'll be right back. Let's go for a minute, our word of marble, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. Okay, welcome back. It's still Family Values, and we've been talking with Oluwatomise Oladapo Kuku, and she's a mental health advocate, and that's why she had to come on this particular discussion. She's an author, and she's been doing a lot of delivery. Real delivery. And I tell you, your self-care starts from you, your belief, your thought, how you express yourself, even from your name. What do you know about your name? What do you understand? What weight does your name carry? So just say, my name is Benga. My name is Kayode. Oluwakoayode. Akorede. Oluwakoremide. You know those names. When I was trying to express joy, I said, your name is Joy. So you are already having the aura of that joy. You are carrying that joy. So what does your name carry? Me, I am Adejoke. I call myself Olajoke. So when you see yourself as Adetojoke, if you see me, you must care me. You must nurture the grace of God over me. And that's why they gave me Olori. Can you imagine? So you must be intentional.
Yeah.
See, I was telling somebody today, we are still talking about this nurturing your body, soul, and
that's
spirit.
true, yes.
And you know, a lady just said, I was telling you, oh wow, you did not answer me when you are talking to a woman. I said, sure, okay. And now told the man, you are talking to a woman, you're a man, Abi. Thank God you are talking to a woman. You are not talking to a man like you. Said, maybe you like a man. You said, no, I like woman. I said, hey, I want to like a woman. So thank God for that. So don't get upset. Oh. In short, when they say you're talking to, thank God, sir, they talk to my mother. The replica of my wife. You understand? I said the tension they too much. So you don't need to add more tension. When people throw, see the good in that word and carry it, rub it yourself, and continue your day before somebody starts throwing punch.
But you know that, talking about name, before we ask our question, I realized that, yes, my daughter has a native name, same with my son, and then they have English name. And so everybody started calling the English name, which is Emmanuel. And then she went to search the meaning of Emmanuel, and it brought her faith. And she asked me, what is the meaning of my native name? And I said, Ini Bege Abbas. That means God would never leave you. And she said, wow.
Why am I not bearing that
Like
name?
you guys. And then she said, why is this the I said, well, then, if it's noun, she would be using that name because, of course, we're used to the English name.
No.
I told her, I said, you can still use your name. So she now said, no, please. She don't even, she'll say, don't call me Ini, call me the full name. Ini Bege Abbas. And then my son will say, Enwoho, the promise of God. So I think names also.
That's why I said, our culture and our tradition, in short, they are loaded. They have so much. The root is so strong. It's just that our minds are so dirty. And so, no. Not everybody. But we have some dirty minds that will come and just turn things. They pick on the other side.
That's why children will go and change their name and say, "Come be posh."
Oh, you understand?
Can't be that.
So it has really, our culture is loaded. So back to you were talking about the word of marble. When mind, body, and spirit are in harmony, happiness is the natural
What do you
result.
want, Joe? Do you want happiness or joy?
I want joy because joy is everlasting. Happiness is just temporary. It's
Okay,
not.
so here I was listening to Dr. Carolyn Leaf. Any of you can find that, please. Dr. Carolyn Leaf, just look for her on Instagram, follow her. And now, before I leave, I'm going to talk about things that you're going. Dr. Carolyn Leaf, Dr. Bernie Brown is another person you should follow. Simon Sinek, Sinek, is another person you should connect. I wish I could go through a list of books. If I can, of course, plus my book. But if I can, I'll go through other books that I think that can help you. Now, happiness is touted as the elixir of life.
Elixir of life.
But it isn't, because life is going to throw curveballs.
It's going to throw curveballs.
It's going to throw curveballs. Life will throw curveballs. So you want to be in a state where as much as you're ready for the joys of life, you're also ready for that not so good part of life. See, I can't even say it. That's how conditioned that we are. But the fact that and the irony for us in Africa and Yorubas is that, like I said before, we went on break, we're conditioned to celebrate common pain and not common joy. Yeah, you are expected, you're not given tools to navigate things like grief, pain, don't cry, mumora, and all that. But these emotions are there. We're given to us by God so that we can navigate everything that is in the fallen world. And this is not because I'm a Christian or anything. It's our way of life. It's we even our culture, like you said, in our culture it is there, right? My children don't have Hebrew, English. All their names Yoruba, and they know. In fact, you can't call my daughter Eri. No, it's not even a Lulua. If she respects you, she will. If she's meeting you, she'll just like, I'm sorry, my name is Eri Felua. You know, and you say the least she can take is very fair. You know, because you say she said Eri of what? You know, she's like, I'm evidence of what? You know, and it usually takes adults back when she says evidence of, and then the adult not says, oh, okay, okay, you know. So when we have to give our, it does happen. There's nothing we can do. We have to reverse ourselves. We have to reverse ourselves. But when we're giving the tools, we have to give the tools to the next generation and how to identify, accurately label, and then engage your emotions. Now, as a person, what should you do? I cannot overemphasize sit down with yourself. It's difficult.
Sitting down with yourself.
Or sit down with yourself. Then you'll be able to know what is upsetting you, why this particular event is upsetting you. Yes, the economy is not going to change anytime soon.
No, it's not.
You know, so how are you going to serve that with the words of your mouth, the way you relate with people, the way you relate with yourself? How are you going to live within your means in these times? This is not the time. Now, I'm going to say this to everyone. I'm saying this to friends like, see, every year, around this time, tomatoes is expensive because rains.
Yeah.
Every year, around this time, pepper is expensive. So, how are you not serving yourself? When it gets to April, when it gets March, why not buy in bulk? Cook down and put it there. That way you have saved that thing that is going to come during the rainy season. Right? It's that thing when they say prepare for rainy season. It is exactly like that. Onions are going to get expensive because they don't like moist.
They don't like moist.
Right? They don't like moist.
Yeah, that's true.
So the thing is we stay in that, because we're not paid for the bad, we stay in that place of the good, and we're not thinking
we are not looking
and we're
for
not
the
serving.
bad.
We're not serving. We're not ready to serve. And when the bad comes, we then are struggling. Right? We then are struggling to navigate it. But then, if you find yourself in that place and you find yourself, you can recalibrate. You can recalibrate. Yeah.
Okay, now, how do the body, soul, and mind come into play? Because I'll take myself as a case study. I want this phone. I'm longing for it. My spirit is telling me something else. My mind is fixed on it. I want to save. I've gone like Lori said something until I have my money before I go. But I'm looking at, I will risk everything to get this one because I want to satisfy that
me.
My me.
And then my spirit is whispering something else to me and telling me, hello, you know, stuffs are here. Now, how do you bring these three together so that it gives you one purpose? Because sometimes this is where I'm coming from. Sometimes you end up in that thing that you feel gives you, and then you get home and you're already regretting. Why did I buy it? It's too expensive.
It's too expensive.
And you're not blaming yourself, getting angry for buying what you actually wanted.
You know, it does happen.
So how do we fix this when it comes to self-care?
If I say to you, you look beautiful. What's your first option? What's your first response?
I say thank you.
Okay,
It goes to my inner mind, though.
okay, if I say, oh, this job you're doing, you get a compliment. What's your first response? That's where I'm going. So you see, again, we have not been trained. We have not been conditioned to put ourselves first. We've not been to. Now, you see, this, I've always, before I got married, all my days in the uni, yeah, I would, what's the word now? I would buy myself, even if it's a card on my birthday. I had not done that in about 5, 7, 8 years.
Wow.
This year, I wanted an instant camera, and I had saved. And then it was getting to time, and I was like, actually, instant camera is not frivolous. What do you want to do with an instant camera? You know that. And then I spoke with my coach mentor, Franda, and I said, baby girl, if you do not get that camera, I'll come from Dubai and slap you. And I'm like, yeah, you get it. Engage all the emotions of inadequacy, but you are going to, if I don't see that gift on your birthday, I'm going to fight you. And then, of course, got it. When I got it, and I told the vendor to keep it and send it to me on my birthday. And that's what she did, sent it to me on my birthday. And when it came, so Michelle, you did this for yourself.
This is the landmark. Great way.
Somebody will say, what an instant camera? Because if you go, it was on my WhatsApp and even some of my social media, you see my pictures from even 8 days. I have pictures. A friend of mine joked and said, I'm sure she has a picture of her in the belly, and I brought it up. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do. My life is cataloged, and God has a reason, I believe. So an instant camera was what was in my head. Like, okay, I love taking pictures. Yes, our phones are there, but I'm also very conservative. I'm also very traditional. I want my camera. So why? If you answer your why, didn't I tell that story? And I told you the why? Because if you answer your why, you'll be able to justify whatever it is that you're using as self-care, and that it connects your mind, soul, spirit, and body. There is not, when there is 1 or 2 or 3 witnesses, and what are your witnesses? Your mind, your soul, your spirit.
Oh, finally,
So
let me ask this question, because I have to bring the word of marble to you. What do you do to nurture your well-being?
Workout.
Both physically and mentally.
And mentally. Physically, workout. Even or exercise. Even if is walking for 30 minutes. There's a lot of video. I just spoke American English. There are a lot of videos on YouTube where you can do 10 minutes walk, 30 minutes walk. Lift weights. Trust me, it helps you. Lift weights, work out, do high intensity, break a sweat. Your body will thank you for it. Forget whether you're losing weight or not. 2, eat well. I didn't say eat vegetables you don't eat. Eat well. Eat, and I'm not talking about being expensive. Instead of eating 5 fufu, you can eat one and have your vegetables, like the fori roll and your meat of fish, and eat your fruits. Eat well. Time your nutrition. Your body is keeping score. Your body is keeping score. So time your nutrition. People will eat something and they say, but it's saying, then don't eat it anymore if it's going to upset you. Except you are like me, that I know that I'm lactose intolerant, but nothing will stop me from taking milk. Oh God, but I know that when I want to take the milk, but my body has adjusted. It's not as bad anymore. I don't fart that much anymore. But when I know that if I take skimmed milk, which they advise those of us who are trying to watch our weight, and my stomach will pain me. Why? Enjoy life. It's one. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. Eat. If it's good, eat it with joy, with love, Enjoy yourself.
Your blocks.
Your mind. Please pray. Connect with the spiritual. Enjoy.
I think I can connect with
Journal.
that spiritual.
Journal. A lot of people like to write, and that is okay. Write on your phone app. You see, let me tell you what writing your thoughts does for you. You see yourself. It helps you connect with your subconscious thoughts. You immerse yourself into journaling. You will connect with the subconscious, because you will finish writing and you read it like, okay,
I wrote this.
Okay. And then it begins to help you to connect with yourself and your environment. Oh, this Ajoke that I wrote, it does not tally, it does not align with my values. And then you you see where you need to change and grow and evolve, it helps your self-awareness. So your soul, your spirit, so connects with God. However way you want to connect, I would invite you the way I connect, but however way you want to connect with God, please connect with a higher being, because there has to be a higher being.
You know why I connect with
be.
the higher being? I notice, and this thing, I've watched it over times. If I pray in the morning, maybe I'm awake between 1 a.m. to 2, and I pray 5 minutes, I wake up the next morning feeling there's this joy.
Relax.
The fact that I remember that, whoa, I prayed at night, it gives me this.
You're literally commanding. You're literally commanding you.
So I'm coming out like one. You can't attack me, because I just did something. I can actually. So when you say connect with the higher being,
please connect. And the most important, give yourself some grace.
Yeah.
Practice self-compassion. I have talked about it here before, and I'll talk again. The 4 agreements to living by Don Miguel Ruiz. The first agreement says, be impeccable with your words. That is how you use your words for yourself, people. Do not take anything personally. No matter what anybody does, it's not because of you. Nothing anybody does is because of you. You don't do things because of people like that. You did them because of you. Right? Do not make assumptions. It gives headache.
Oh my God.
That you're making assumptions. It gives headache. And the most
does.
important of this is to do your best always, because all 3 you will fail. You will fail. There'll be days that Lagos drivers will run you crazy and you will speak. But the fact that you can remember that, I said this. You say, okay, I've done my best. Tomorrow is that. Now, the day you will do that day you wake up and you feel like taking over the world, engage it. The days that you wake up and the world feels like you are under the rock, right? Engage it also, and gradually bring yourself and encourage yourself in the Supreme Being. Encourage yourself with the Lord. Encourage yourself in God. Encourage yourself in whatever it is that you believe that is your higher power. Self-compassion is so important. I cannot overemphasize it, because we somehow we blame ourselves.
Literally,
But it's not your fault. It is not your fault.
It is not your fault, your head out. Love yourself. Also, don't be assuming all this 100%, 80% assumption. You'll be concluding. You had everything together. Okay, want to stab me. In short, I suspect that my chair must not sit on it, because I don't know what K has sprinkled on it. Don't give me that water. Don't worry, I'll go and find my own. Anyway, I want to say a big thank you for honoring us.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
It's a pleasure. I'm coming up with, we'll talk about that. There's something that I want to, for men only, for those who know about mental health. Of course, June is mental health awareness month, and November is also a men's mental health awareness month, and it speaks to suicide prevention. We'll talk about that soon.
Okay, so we'll talk about that. We'll keep you posted. It's all about family.
Yeah,
family makes a man, when he goes to work, that taxi driver, that Okada man, is a family man. That youth out there will grow one day and become a man, and will also have children.
Yeah.
That lady that is out there to make your nails, to also sell you food stuff and all that, she looks so young, but one day she'll go through that stage. So in life, everything is all about family. Origin, our background. Thank you, Oluwatumise Odakwakuku. She is an author, a life coach, and also a mental health advocate. Thank you for always being here. Joy.
Thank you very much. I've learned a lot. Like I said, self-care has started for me this new year. Don't worry.
This new age.
This new one, we are being intentional.
This new age of
thank
joy.
you for being a part of Family and Value. My name is still remain Joyable. We'll see you tomorrow and Thursday.
So our Healthy Thursday tomorrow, we're talking about cholera. Like I said, it has come, And you know, cholera in Africa, it needs a whole lot of things from around us, from within us, and now before it gets to the government, we all have to make it get out and come back again. But we need to be intentional about our health. So that's all we'll be talking about tomorrow. Please stay back, stay tuned, be part of it. We love you. We appreciate you staying tuned today. Please go and like, follow, and share all this to your friends on your social media platform. Follow us, and we will really appreciate this because you are helping someone out there. My name is Remina Lurato David. On behalf of everyone that we've had today's show, we want to say thank you to the MCR, to the cameraman, to our HOP, ESM, and everyone. Kalista, thank you for always bringing guests upstairs. We appreciate every one of you. We love you. We wish you all the very best as we go about tomorrow. Today. See you tomorrow. Bye for now.